Jeff Smith, and I'm in the kitchen of the Governor's Palace in Williamsburg, Virginia. A wonderful place. Later on, we're going to come back here and cook some dishes for you that go back 200 years in our culture. But first, please join me in my own American colonial kitchen. Christmas is the most wonderful time, isn't it? It's filled with memories of flavors past and anticipation of flavors to come. At Christmas Eve, I become very nostalgic for lutefisk and all sorts of things that I remember from my childhood. But at the moment, I'm into American history. We're in the midst of a kitchen that was designed in about 1720, 1730. Colonial kitchen. Terribly, terribly American. Most of these things came from England to start with. But the flavors that came from this kitchen at Christmas time must have been wonderful things. Wonderful. I brought some young friends in here to tell them about what used to go on in this very place. Now, here is a kitchen that was made about 1720. The kind of kitchen that your I think four greats, grandmothers would have cooked in. Fascinating place. And it's Christmas time. What's wrong with this place? What's missing? What is it?
A Christmas tree.
Jamie, why is there no Christmas tree?
Because they didn't have the old days.
Would you want to have Christmas without a Christmas tree?
No.
I wouldn't either. But in 1720, it was not common to have Christmas trees at all. That was a German custom that came to us much later. What is it? We want to say something. Go ahead. What was it? Yes, the wreaths. Yes. I don't think we should call them wreaths. They're called runners that they made of greens. The greens were wonderful things, yes. Aren't they beautiful?
They should call them zigzaggers.
They look like zigzaggers to me, too. But that's how you decorate it. But no tree, not until about 1850. Now, can you imagine cooking in such a kitchen? The kind that your great-great-great-grandma used to do? Look at this. If she was going to boil water for tea, she would use a trivet. That means 3 feet, doesn't it? And you have a fire under here, and that would boil the water. She doesn't have a stove. Is that a wild thing to think about? And she always had to lean over to do things. It must have been awful work. And look at this. Here's a griddle, kids, that you would fry on if you were going to fry pancakes or something. And a big kettle full of boiling water because she didn't have a hot water heater. And here's a wonderful thing. Inside, you see, it was just a big kettle. And you'd put this in a fire, a little fire of coals underneath, and then on the top, you would add some more charcoal. It's hot, you see some coals, and that's the way you would get heat on both sides. And it's a Dutch oven. You could make pies in this, you could make little cakes, you could make all sorts of things, and you always got very dirty. Amazing way to cook, but it must have been interesting. Must have been, all right, now, what would you have eaten on that Christmas? What would you have? Go ahead, just tell. Turkeys are very American.
Corn.
Yeah, well, let's go through them slow. Slow down here. Turkeys are very American. Nobody else in the world had turkeys. Apple came later on, but they are American. Who gave us the pumpkin? Who gave the Americans, the Europeans the pumpkin? Who?
The Indians.
The Indians, of course, Stephanie. The Indians gave the pumpkin to us. Who helped us understand the peanut? The people who came from Africa. The American blacks. The Indians gave us peanut.
Oranges from Florida.
Oranges, not from Florida. You know where they came from, Craig? We used to trade with the West Indies. And we got oranges. The only time you would see an orange is at Christmas time. They were so expensive that on Christmas time, one of your big presents would be, oh, look, I got an orange for Christmas. Can you imagine? Would you have had ice cream?
No.
No ice cream. Oh, I don't want to live without Christmas trees and ice cream. I don't want to at all. I'll tell you what. Let me show you one more thing. Look at all the beautiful dishes and crockery and things. Look what I have. This was what your great-great-great-great-grandfather would have worn. Look at this. Can you believe this? This is what he would have worn. What are you laughing at, Ian? This is what he would have worn when he would go to work. He was probably, he could have been a carpenter or maybe a gunsmith. You see the gun that's up here? He would go hunting. Maybe he was a cobbler. Very basic kinds of jobs in the colonies. Well, shall we go cook?
Yeah.
All right, what do you want to cook? Tell me.
Christmas cookies.
Christmas cookies might be a good choice, but we're not going to do that.
Apple
Guess
pie?
what? We're not going to do apple pie.
Pumpkin pie?
Pumpkin pie. We're not going to do pumpkin pie.
Turkey?
We're not going to do turkey.
Corn?
We're not going to do corn.
Peanuts.
Which?
Cranberry sauce?
We're not going to do peanuts. We're not going to do cranberries.
Stuffing?
We're not going to do stuffing. You still haven't guessed it yet.
Any kind of pie?
No pies.
Any kind of
Cake?
pork?
No
Kind of
pork.
juice.
No. Okay.
Is it cold cuts?
He was serious. He'd rather have cold cuts. I think it'd be wonderful to serve all the things they wanted, but I am going to cook some interesting things for you today, but certainly not here. Not because it isn't fun or beautiful or because it isn't a lovely place in which to be, but it's too much work to do this. I couldn't take it. So I want to go to my own kitchen, and that's precisely what I'm going to do. Will you come and help me? Come on. Got to get my helpers in here. We're going to do some Christmas cooking, and you don't really know what we're doing, do you? You're not sure what we're going to be cooking, but one of the wonderful things, let me show you something. One of the wonderful things that you would have had years and years ago, 1720, in your stocking for Christmas time would have been this great treasure. We take it very nonchalantly now. What do you call it?
An orange.
Exactly. You guys win. There's one for you and one for you. Now, give me a knife and we'll show you what we're going to do. Can I use yours? Thank you. Stephanie, I'll show you how to peel this. You want to take the peel off of the orange because we're going to turn it into candy. And this was a great Christmas treat. Take the peel off the orange thusly. I have 3 or 4 pieces, you see. Bottom and the top. You ever done this with an orange? It's, big deal. You come to visit my kitchen and I teach you how to peel an orange. Big deal. Well, here's what I want to do. There we go. Did you get squirted? You did? It's okay to say I was squirted. That's all right. What we're going to do now is to cook these. I've got a whole pile of these already cleaned, you see? Just take the peel off. Boy, this is a sticky orange. Look out, we're all going to be killed here. There we are. We're going to make our own Christmas candy because in the old days in the colonies, there wasn't a candy man. There was no such thing. So we're going to get a pile of, there's a whole bunch back here. There we are. We're going to put these in a saucepan. I have enough for about 4 different oranges here. A couple more. You can also do these with lemon. Do you like lemon, Stephanie?
No.
You don't like lemon? How'd you get on the, you don't like lemon?
No, because it's sour.
Oh, all right. Good point. She doesn't like lemon because it's sour. Guess what? I'll show you how to make sweet lemon. Can you believe me? First, we're going to peel our orange. Here it is. Here's the pan we want. I'll show you guys how to do the job here. See what I've done? I've simmered the orange peel in water, in about a cup of water, so for about 20 minutes. And now what I have to do, use a spoon, and I want to scrape out the pulp. Whoops, I put a hole in that one. Leave it to me. You have to be very careful. You see, scrape out the pulp. See what happens? And we'll put that on a plate and do another one. You guys want to get started? I'll get you a spoon. Here you go. All right. Ian, I'll get you a spoon. Where's your spoon? What did I do with it? Here. And let's see. Here's one for you. Use a larger one. Go ahead and start scraping some out, and then I'll show you how to cut them. You can do this at home. It takes very little time, and it's a wonderful thing. Wonderful candy. Have you ever had candied orange peel? In the old days, we used to put it in fruitcake. My mother made tons of fruitcake every Christmas. 8 tons. Oh. She'd want me to eat all of it, and I just couldn't do it. Okay, that's great. Let me show you how to cut them up now. After we've taken all the white pulp out, you're doing, hey gang, secret about good cooking. Don't ever bang on the side of a pan with a metal spoon because you'll dent the pan if it's a good pan. Someone in that family is going to be mad at you. I'm not, but if I see you doing that again, you're in trouble, huh? Oh boy, you're in trouble. All right, let's cut them up. We'll just get the old peel. I want to cut them into little sticks. There we are. This is, it's all right for you to do this too. Bring your kids into the kitchen. So what if there's crowding and pushing? Have a good time. That's what the holidays are for. We're going to cut the orange peel, which we've cooked, you see. It's tender and nice now. And most of the harshness of the orange peel flavor, was in that white pulp that you scraped out. So now you have something very sweet. Now, we're going to add a cup of sugar to the juice that's left over and cook that down. Then put the peel, look at this, put the peel in the pan and simmer it for about 20 minutes more in sugar syrup. And, oh, well, you'll just have to taste. while Stephanie and I put some sugar on these, why don't you go around behind the Christmas tree? You'll find a whole batch that we finished earlier. We've been cooking. I tell you, we've been cooking. This is no fly-by-night operation here. Stephanie, we need a colander and a bowl. Here, I'll drain that for you. You're going to find some sugar. Should be a big canister of it here somewhere. There it is. It's in that bowl. Okay. Find it? All right. Good, good, good. All right. Boy, you're on the ball. I wasn't ready for you, friend. Let me just set these down. You want to get me another one? There should be some lemon back there. All right, now, let's drain this. I need another bigger bowl for it, because I want you to get your fingers into this. Did you wash your hands?
Yeah.
Okay. You know, well, then do that right now. You got to stay ahead. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, sir. All right. Now, the fun part in this recipe is you get to get your fingers into it. See, I've drained the syrup off the candied peel now. Now we need to add enough sugar to cause this to crystallize. Can you imagine kids eating this how many 100 years ago? 250 years ago? This is a great Christmas treat. All right, mix it up with your fingers. Just toss. Wait a minute, how'd you get in there? You didn't wash your hands yet. All right, go to it, kiddo. You have to watch these guys, you know. Roll it underneath. Roll it underneath so that you very gently, you want to crystallize it. That's it. Okay. And some wax paper. And then we'll spread this out to dry. Who said 18 fingers spoil the broth? Not at Christmas time. Not at Christmas time. Okay, let's just roll that out on a bit of wax paper. Spread them right out, very gently now. Put them right on the paper. That's fine. You can do more than one at a time there, Ian. That's all right. This is only a 2-day show, all right? That's looking good. Now, after you spread these out, well, let me show you what happens when they dry. I think that's enough to get us going, okay? Let's take these off the counter. Go ahead, taste it. Taste it. Stick it right in your mouth. What? What does mean? What do you think?
Good.
I'm sorry you're so shocked. What do you think?
Tastes like orange peels.
Is she on salary? I don't understand this. All right. Here's a whole plate, just a big platter. I don't want that one. I want this one. Ian, will you get that tan plate there and put it on the counter? Can you manage that? Great. He's still licking his fingers, too. This should help. Put it right on the counter, friend. Thank you. That's perfect. Okay. All right. Now let's make a big display of these. You put lemon on your half, and you put, because you don't like lemon, all right? And you put orange on your half, and we'll be ready for Christmas morning. There. Isn't that beautiful stuff? This dried, after we put the sugar on it, Stephanie, we let it dry for about 4 or 5 hours. See, and then the sugar will set up again. Isn't that beautiful? You can't find it nice and moist and fresh like that if you buy it in the store. That's okay. Don't worry about it. A couple of lemons on the floor on Christmas should be perfectly appropriate. That's good. All right. Let's set this out in front of us. That's enough. That's fine. There we go. Do you want to taste the lemon now? Please do it for me. Well, where are you working tomorrow? I don't know. Even jolly old St. Nicholas couldn't beat that look, I'll tell you. Wow. All right. Let's try another one. What? Sure, go ahead and rinse off your hands while I preach a short sermon about corn. Who gave us corn?
The Indian?
The American Indian, of course. The original American citizen. And one of the great treasures that you would have had on a Christmas morning or on Christmas Eve would be a wonderful Indian pudding. And this is what we need. My big white mixing bowl is over here. Okay. Now, you must go to the kitchen, and on the table there is a brown casserole that has some corn in it, cornmeal in it. Can you find it? We're going to make an Indian pudding, and it was called Indian pudding simply because it was a gift from the Indians. We didn't know a thing about eating here when we came, Stephanie. Nobody knew a thing about it. When the European came, we didn't know what to do. Thank you. Perfect. And let's see if we can find a measuring cup. All right. So we learned all of these dishes from the Indians, except lemon and orange peel. That came from the islands of Florida, I think you called it. Or was that Jordan's remark? Oh, was your remark? This is also the wisecracker who came up with cold cuts for Christmas. All right, we want 1 cup of cornmeal into our bowl. Indian meal, it was called in the old days because it came from the Indians. And then we want to add 2 eggs. We'll just pour this in right away. 2 eggs. And let me find my recipe. I don't want to mix everyone up. I'm having enough trouble with remembering things as it is. We want 1/4 of a cup of sugar. Here, throw that in, please. And you want to add 1/2 cup of... where is the molasses? That's not on here. Where is the molasses? Here it is. 1/2 cup of black molasses. Pour it right in. And you'll need to scrape that out. Do you do much cooking at home?
Yeah.
Do you? Good. You want to scrape that out? Okay. So we have cornmeal, the molasses, the sugar. Now we need 1/4 of a cup of butter. We've melted this. In it goes, friend. And I step back and see what's next. We need some salt. Now you won't need much because this is very, very rich. You'll see how rich. We just want a pinch of salt. There we go. And 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. There it is, okay? How much is 1/4 teaspoon? Let's see what you think. Come on, get right over here so we can see. How much is 1/4 teaspoon? That'll blow the lid right off the building. All right, let's try that. That'll only blow up 1 floor. That's fine. You're terrific. Okay, that's fine. Just throw that in the sink, love. I'll take the spatula. We can mix it up. You want to mix? Go to it. It doesn't look very good yet, does it? No, it really doesn't. But it's going to look great. I need a casserole. In the old days, you bake this in a pot. And it takes 6 hours to make. Can you believe that? 6 hours. Okay, come on, man. Whip it up. Oh, that's better. Now we're getting some action here. Stand back, Stephanie. Okay, fine. Now, to that we want to add, that's great. To that we want to add 3 cups of hot milk. There we go. You put that in the sink for me? Thank you. 3 cups of hot milk, and then this will be put into our baking casserole, which is about 2 quarts. That is to say, the casserole holds 2 quarts. Would you hand me that and get the lid off it?
This?
That's the one. Okay. Here we go. And do you think this is going to set up like pudding?
Doesn't look like it.
Doesn't look like it, she says. All right. Your constant optimism is a joy to all young people, Stephanie. I love it. Okay, now, we put that in a 400-degree oven, a very hot oven, you see, until it begins to boil in the pot. Then we take it out of the oven, and we stir it up, and we add another 3 cups of hot milk. Now you're thinking, this will never set up. Smith's really over the edge this time. 1 cup of cornmeal, 6 cups of milk, 2 eggs, molasses, baking soda, and a shot of salt. Got it? What did we miss? Oh, we missed the butter. 4th cup of butter. And a little bit of white sugar, too. 4th cup of that. There.
Was this the butter?
That was the butter. That's what we melted ahead of time. Right. Okay, so we'll put this in the oven now. Turn the heat down to about 275 and let it sit for 6 hours. Now, this was not what they called hasty pudding. This was pudding. I mean, I've got one in the oven for you. Hasty pudding could be made in a hurry, just cornmeal, and then you poured, the other wonderful thing about American cooking, you poured a bit of maple syrup on it. Here's one. Here's one. Oh, you're going to love this. And when you put this block out right beside the orange and lemon peel, right on the counter in front there. Okay, all right. Stephanie, will you close the... I think I'm going to keep these guys. Will you close the oven door? Put it right out in front there on the counter, please, son. Terrific. Oh, watch it. This is hot. Now, let's see what happened. Let's get a wooden spoon. Thank you. Are you ready to look? See if this is set up. Are you in an optimistic mood?
No.
No? She's certainly honest, though. All right, look what we have. We have a wonderful, wonderful pudding.
It's like tomato soup.
Tomato soup? I'm sorry?
Undone chocolate.
It looks like undone chocolate, she says. I get 1 vote for tomato soup, 1 vote for undone chocolate. I'm leaving, kids. I'll see you Tuesday. All right? You're on your own. It's a live show. Goodbye. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. All right, we'll let that sit, and we'll get back to it in a little bit. I want to get another dish started that for me is just fascinating. There's something called, find a bottle of maple syrup over there, will you? Can you get that open? I never can, Ian. I bet you're tougher than... All right, all right. Now, okay, if someone would bring me a plate of snow, here's what happens. Let me show you what you do. I have a candy thermometer in this, and what? This is really hot, love. Watch it. There it is. I've cooked down the syrup until it registers about 275 on the candy thermometer so that it forms what we call a string. If I hold this long enough, watch now what'll happen. You see, it starts to string. See it? See the string fall off the end? Isn't that fascinating?
Like wax.
Yeah, it's interesting. Well, now this is what the kids used to do in the old days in the colonies. May I have a plate of snow? Run over and get me some snow, Ian. I'm sorry that I don't have enough snow outside for all of us to run out in the snow tonight, but I don't think that's going to be a difficult thing. Now, this is what they used to do. The kids would go out. I'm going to fix this up so you can hold on to this. Kids would go out in the snow, and you take a spoon. You cook this down, then take a spoon. You just trickle some in the snow. Here, let me move this up here for you. Okay, that's it. Trickle some. Just a little one circle. Don't go all over the place yet. Won't be able to pick it up. Okay, let me demonstrate my great prowess at doing this, you see. Bless you. There you are. Just put a little circle. You can do some little trickly pattern. You want to try one, 70? See what you can do with this. Something artistic now, pessimist. Pessimist artistic? No. Something. All right. Now, those will cool for a bit. And in a very short time, you can pick them up from the snow. Absolutely wonderful thing. The only part I warn you that when this cools and it's time to chew one, you may lose your fillings because it sticks. Oh, does it stick? But this was candy that was common in Vermont, in the New England states, a long time ago, 1740, something like that in America. Wonderful. Wonderful. Taste that and tell me what you think. What's the matter, Ian? Are your teeth stuck? Ah, isn't that delicious? Oh, Ian, go sit down. He can't even talk. Let's make another dish. Send in the next runner, for heaven's sakes. I can't. This is Jordan. Come on, Jordan. Have you ever had pound cake?
No.
Okay, here we go. Throw 2 sticks of butter in the machine, please. Don't throw the plate in. Yes, just use your fingers. That's all right. Put it right in there. And you and I need to get some sugar. Sugar. Here we are. That's it. That's it. Nothing wrong with cooking with your fingers, for heaven's sakes. That's all right. Okay. Thank you. You want to chuck that in the sink for me? Now, this is called a pound cake because it weighs a ton. Yeah, it's really the truth. 2 sticks of butter, and we want to add 1 1/3 cups. Where's the lever here? Here it is. 1 1/3 cups of sugar, and we're going to cream that together. And cream simply means you work it in a mixer until it's all smooth and lovely. How's it looking? Stick your head in there, Stephen. No, not all the way. Not all the way. Just tell me what you think. You got it? Okay, is that working yet? We'll speed it up here. There we go. Oh, if you have a neat mixer. Can you imagine what went on in the old days? Mom would stand there and whip this stuff. No wonder she wasn't working outside the home. Good Lord. She had to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning just to keep everyone going. All right, we want to add a little bit of mace. And mace is part of the outside of the nutmeg. So it has a sort of a similar flavor. It's very common in the colonies. A little bit of mace. I'm putting in about 1/4 of a teaspoon. In we go. Now we have to add eggs. 1 at a time. We're going to add 5 eggs to make a pound cake. You guys like to crack eggs, or do you trust yourselves? 1. You want to throw one in? Go ahead. 2, 3. Hey, you're pretty good. 2 more, kiddo. This is great. I keep thinking that I'll hire this gal, but I'm afraid she's going to criticize my cooking. Do me 1 more. There we go. And pretty soon we're going to smell the odor of Christmas Eve that goes by. This recipe came from Williamsburg in 1754. So it's an oldie. All right, now we're going to put in 2 cups of flour. And normally I would sift that in. But I'm not going to stand here and sift right this minute. I want to, that's looking good. That's looking good. This is a wonderful dish. You ready? Watch it there, fella. That's where you want to sift it in a little slow, you see. 2 cups of flour. Let me give you the whole recipe now. 2 sticks of butter. We creamed that, remember? And then we added 1 1/3 cups of sugar. A 1/4 teaspoon of mace. That's just a little bit of mace. And then we added 5 eggs, 1 at a time. And now we'll put this in very slowly. 2 cups of flour. And there's nothing in this, you see, to make it rise, is there? There's no yeast, baking powder? No? Pardon? The eggs will make it rise, the butter. And watch what happens. But it's supposed to be very heavy, you see. Tell me when you think that looks right, Jordan. What do you think? Me? What do you mean? Yes, you. What do you think? Is that it? That looks good to me. That looks good to me. Can you give me a rubber spatula, Jordan? Okay. And we'll need... See how smooth the batter is? Let me get that out of here for you so we can investigate that. Oh, we have to move the dentist's surprise here. There we are. We'll catch up with all of those things later on. And we need a baking dish, or baking pan, I should say. We'll grease the baking pan. Now, these are things that you can do for Christmas and all of your friends can help you with. I want you to be able to cook. But when you cook that candied peel, be sure and have Mom and Dad help, because you have to cook the syrup so that it's good and rich. That'll be about 235 degrees. That's very hot. You'd really burn yourself completely if you did that, if you spilled it on yourself. All right. Put the old batter into the pan. Now, look, it's going to really fill up the pan. This is going to be rather heavy. And in the old days, Martha Washington. You know Mrs. Washington? You know her? You do?
No.
No? Well, come on, make up your mind,
I've
Stephanie.
heard of her, but I haven't ever met her.
I see. You've heard of her, but you haven't met her. You've met her? Jordan, you would. I won't even ask. Never mind. I bet you have a teacher named Martha Washington, huh?
Close.
Close. Okay. Now, this goes into a 350-degree oven, 325, a slow oven, for about an hour. Do you want to put it down the bottom oven for me, darling? And we'll take the other one out. Get a pot holder for you. Whoops, wrong oven. Let's try this one. Who took the cake? Ah, we found it. Okay, slip that one in alongside. That's fine. And here you go. Take this one out. What do you think, Jordan?
Okay.
Got it? Let me help here. That's fine. That's fine. All right, good. Got it? It's not terribly hot. I think it's cooled properly. Look at this. What do you think, friend? And this neck is craning like mad. I love it. This goes in the sink. Okay? Thank you. Now, there it is. There it is. Boy, that was simple, wasn't it? Now, I want you to hold up your muscle, please. Hold up your arm. Give me your muscle. Let's see it. All right. I'll trust you. Pick that up and tell me how much you think it weighs. No, not the whole board. Just the cake, friend. What do you think? Don't drop that. You'll bust the building. All right? Down it goes. That's fine. That weighs 2 pounds. Exactly. And that's one of the reasons I call it a pound cake. Isn't that fun?
I called it a pound cake because it made people put on pounds.
Well, you know, I think this is your last scene. You're getting more laughs than I am, and kiddo, it's all over. It's all over. It's all over. Do you know what I should have done before I sliced that? Isn't that gorgeous? Look how heavy and rich that is. You really need a cup of tea with this, or you'll go under. I should have put some powdered sugar on the top of this. You can buy those fancy little sifters, but I don't like them.
Push it together. Just put it back together.
Just mush it together? Go on, mush it.
Me?
Yes, please. Tell me what you're talking about here. Just mush it together. See? All right. There we go. What do you think? Does that look all right? Now, do you want to straighten it? Do you want to unmush it? Thank you. Boy, the technical terms in television, I tell you. You have to learn these things. That's gorgeous. That's gorgeous. All right. I've got to tell you that the thing that got me going on this kick on American cooking is a kitchen that is still in operation in Colonial Williamsburg. This kitchen was in operation prior to the American Revolution, and the insulting thing is that it belonged to the English governor here when Williamsburg was the capital of the area. He lived in the big palace next door, but all of the cooking was done out here. Very complicated kitchen. You've got to have several people working here, so I have help. Catherine, are you ready?
I'm indeed.
For Christmas, turkey would have been all right.
Oh, absolutely.
Even for the Englishmen?
Absolutely. They
All
were
right.
quite pleased to have turkey.
Let's put him on the spit. You'll have to show me how to do
Indeed.
this.
All right.
All right.
Here we go. We
right.
have a big, heavy
Look at the size of this thing. All right.
spit. And now this skewer will anchor
Start him at this end, huh?
Yep.
Okay, let's go. We'll get him on the fire.
And now try to center him as closely as you can. The better,
Why?
more evenly distributed the weight.
Let me see. Just find the spot here. Okay.
All right,
Go
the
ahead.
more-
Why?
The more evenly distributed the weight.
Push it, Catherine. All right, got it.
There we go. All right, now
God,
let's put
you really
him
had to have a crew in here, didn't you?
You had to have strong muscles.
All right, now hold on. I got
Excellent.
the other clamps over here. Back her up. Okay.
That's right. If we get
Ouch,
him
watch
on
your fingers.
uneven, he won't be so happy on the spit. That's
Happy?
excellent.
You wanna-
Well, we need a happy turkey. No, a well-weighted turkey, let's say.
Happy turkey, boy. Oh.
All right, good and
Until
tight
I'm not
now.
in Chicago.
We're
Okay, is
gonna
that about
check it.
right?
That's
Is it gonna work?
wonderful. Yes,
Okay.
indeed.
Now,
All
this
right.
device is fascinating.
All right, we'll place it on the second rung.
All right.
I'm going to put a rope that's connected to pulleys around here
All
in very tight tension.
Okay.
Get my tension just exactly right
Done.
here.
Don't you burn yourself a lot on this thing?
We're careful, but my skin is well toughened for this. All right.
And the lips on. You want to put it
Now,
on the rack here? Does it go on the hook?
Yes.
There we
Need
go.
it a little
All
bit
right.
more. All
Now,
right.
I want to crank this. This is
Please.
fascinating.
I'm going to need your muscles for
This
this.
device, okay, there we go. This device is called a clock mechanism, and you wind it up, and then the weight in the corner starts the governor turning around. We don't mean the governor, do we? We mean the governor. This is the governor.
clock
Now, let's
wheel.
just give this a spin.
Absolutely.
Let's see what happens. There he goes.
He'll
Isn't that incredible?
He'll turn for you for about 12 minutes
Is that right?
and roast
And
briskly.
then we crank him again.
Indeed.
All
And
right.
now this is where the trick is. If we have weighted him properly, if he stops, we'll need to adjust his weight somewhat.
Well, if he stops, I'll just give him a spanking and turn it. Come on, come on. There it goes. I want to show you a recipe, too. We'll hope he keeps rolling here. Is he going to be all right?
His skewer has caught.
Oh,
Let
okay.
me just make sure he can turn
All right.
easily.
In the meantime, let me, I have a recipe I want to share with Catherine. Have you ever eaten a whole roasted pumpkin?
No, indeed. I'd love to see
A fellow
such
by the
dish.
name of George Washington, our general,
An upstart.
on our side, was very fond of this dish, they tell me. So and I have done what you have told me to do. I went to my cookbook, this is in my American cookbook, and I made a receipt. That is to say, why do you call it a receipt?
Apparently that was a French word, and it didn't change in Virginia until this century.
Isn't that fascinating?
My mother's friends still say
The
that.
idea was that cookbooks were so expensive in the 1700s that you kept your cookbook in the library or in the parlor and you wrote everything down on a list. And then you brought it in the kitchen. Otherwise, of course, your cookbook would get dirty. Don't you laugh at me, because I know how dirty your cookbooks are, even if they're mine. All right, here we go. Here's the 6 eggs. If you'll whip those up, I'll get some other things ready for us. Look at the whip.
It's a birch twig whisk, and it's
Isn't that
just 100 years old in 1770. Before that, we could not whip things lightly. You can do very little with
Whip
wood
things
spoon.
lightly, all right. All right. Everything here at Colonial Williamsburg is legit. They have gone to great, into great detail to make a wonderful, wonderful place. You've got to come here. I love the place. All right, how are we doing?
Very nicely.
All right, now, I think that's enough. To that, we're going to add 2 cups of whipping cream. This is going to go inside of the pumpkin, you see. It's
How
custard.
marvelous.
It's a wonderful custard. I want a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. Okay. And some molasses. I want a tablespoon. Is that about right?
I'd say that's 2 tablespoons. It'll be perfect.
2? Now, listen, I asked you to be cooperative here. Come on. All right, and I need some, you'll have to get the spices. I need some nutmeg, about 1/2 teaspoon.
All right.
She's going to grate that fresh. This little box, incidentally, is what you use to store your herbs and your dried spices, rather, not herbs. Herbs, remember, are green leaves. Spices are always seeds or bark. Okay, 1/2 teaspoon. I need some cinnamon, about 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/4 of a teaspoon of ginger. And while you do that, I've already cut up my pumpkin. That is to say, I'm stooping down so low. Doesn't this bother your back?
Well, I believe they were a little shorter than you, sir.
Thank you. I'm 6 foot
Your
3 and a half,
general-
so that you'll understand.
your general
Anyhow,
Washington
this pumpkin's
size.
already been whittled out, you see. So now I'm going to cut up another pumpkin, some pieces. These were grown right here on the
Stork
area, weren't they? Yeah. And the herb garden you have down the hill, it's really beautiful. I'm just going to cut up some chunks here. This is some other pumpkins. I've cut up the rind, peeled it, And I'll throw another 4 or 5 slices, about 4 cups or so, into the pumpkin. How are we doing on the custard?
Let's
You get
let me
the
get some of
ginger and the
lumps.
cinnamon in there?
We have ginger, cinnamon, and
Pour it in,
nutmeg.
my dear. Pour it right into the old pumpkin.
Oh, this is beautiful.
This is fun. It'll bake up like a custard, you see.
And be a perfect centerpiece.
Well, I think the serving of something is very exciting. I want it to look good. Now, you would use a spoon, but in the old days in Virginia, it says 2 tablespoons. So you use your fingers, and you put 2 tablespoons of butter on the top of the custard. You are always covered with soot, and you're always dusty.
Indeed, in this
kitchen, isn't
kitchen,
it?
both. Let me work back on the turkey.
Let's crank that back up again. This English kitchen is fascinating in that it has a grill, and you can put a kettle right on top of the grill here, you see? In the colonial kitchens that most of us have seen, you had to get down on all hands and knees and work. But here you see you can set it right on top of the grill. How's the turkey doing?
I think we got a little brown on one side.
Well,
there.
that's all right. Let me put we might as well admit that what we've done here, right?
Indeed.
I'll get the turkey out here. And let me get my pumpkin out of the oven. This oven is wonderful because you build a fire inside of this thing. You see, and after about 3 hours, the oven is up to temperature, and you bake the pumpkin. Now, have you looked inside of this pumpkin, Catherine?
I have not, and I'm
Neither have I.
very anxious.
So let's see whether or not we've blown it, or whether or not... I want to see if the lid will come off here carefully. Oh, look, it's perfect. Still hot, just wonderful.
Oh, that's
Look,
beautiful.
isn't this gorgeous? And you would serve it, you see. It hasn't quite set up yet.
Almost like a terrine.
Isn't it wonderful? It is a terrine. Let's
is
leave
indeed.
the lid off to one side here. And the other thing that would be different about the old days is that rather than serving one meat, you'd serve at least 2 or 3. That was common in Tom Jefferson's time, General Washington's time, and this English governor who lived across the way. So where's our lamb?
All right.
We had a lamb that you did on this pit too. Here he is.
We did.
Okay, there we are. Now,
Such a festive occasion.
isn't this wonderful?
We might have as many as 10 meats.
10 meats?
And you can see how hard we've worked on 2.
This looks like a
Well,
grand feast for anybody.
It is an honor to have had you in our kitchen.
Madame.
Thank you.
Thank you. This is a Colonial carrot grater. Are you ready? Listen, I have too much respect for you, Jordan, to let you do this. We're talking a real knuckle buster here, aren't we? I saw one of these at Colonial Williamsburg. Is anything coming through?
No,
It's not?
not really.
Is my finger coming through? I need 1 pound of grated carrots. How do we do so far? What do you think? Have we got it? We haven't got it? That's not it? All right. Let me try another method. I want to make a carrot pudding for you. You see, carrots were one of the vegetables that your mom would always have in what she called a root cellar. And a root cellar was a hole dug into the ground, and they would line it with rocks or bricks, and then you could store vegetables that would hold well during the wintertime, cabbages and carrots and your own favorite rutabagas, right? Isn't that your favorite, Jordan? Is not it? All right. Well, anyhow, you grate up a pound of carrots. Here it is. You grate up a pound of carrots, you see, and mix them with 1 pound of freshly grated bread, white bread. To that you add some eggs and some sugar, and let me show you what and then you bake this in a pudding mold. Here's a pudding mold. You see how this is shaped? This is from England. Actually, it's made in this country now, but the style's from England. And the idea was to put a piece of paper over the top, and then you tied a string around this, so that when you steam the pudding, the steam wouldn't get inside. Yes? What? Yes. Yeah, wasn't that clever? This holds the string from popping off. Pretty clever, an English pudding mold. Okay, let's go. Stephanie, can we get this out of the oven? Where is it? Here it is. I think we can manage. Oh, boy. You know, one of the wonderful things about Christmas time is that you lose all track of space in your kitchen. The thing just kind of envelops you, you know? It just disappears. Everything goes away. Okay. Okay. Would you close that back up? That's all right. That's fine. Thank you, dear. Okay, this is a little warm, so I'm not going to pass it on to you here. Another lesson about good cooking, particularly if you're a young person, don't ever take anything out of the oven unless you figured out where you're going to put it. What are you laughing for?
It's funny.
Okay. It's really true, though. You understand what I'm saying? You burn yourself to death. That's no fun. All right. We'll put the pudding over here, the carrot pudding, and then I want you to taste for me, if you would, the Indian pudding. May I have some ice cream, please? There. Wait till you try this one.
Ice cream and pudding?
Yes. Well, in the old days, you would probably just use the cream, but I like to put a bit of ice cream on the top of mine. It's just wonderful. There, we'll just give you a little splotch, and it's supposed to be served hot like this. There we are. Okay, and a little bit of ice cream. There we go. And one for each of you. Got a spoon? Spoon for you? Bowl for you? This was Christmas in 1730. Take a taste and tell me what you think. Ready? We got it good. We got it good. Come on, Stephanie, what do you think? Just a minute. Well, listen. You guys go sit down. You guys go sit down and have your pudding, will you? Okay. Thanks for your help. All right, it's time for you to come up and try and taste these things. Come on, kids. See what you think. Climb right up, Craig. There. There. You want to try the orange peel first? Try some. Tell me what you think. Come on, get right in here. Tell me what you think, kids. This is old candy that Mama would have worked on. What?
Yuck.
What do you mean, yuck? You don't like it? You don't like it? This was considered high class in its time. What about you? No? Well, all right, let's try the pound cake. Boy, I'm getting nowhere here. Let's see, I need a plate, friend. Do you want to try some pound cake? This is wonderful stuff. Let me try that. Just break you off a chunk. There we go. Each try a chunk of pound cake. Tell me what you think. There. Now, let's face the fact that cooking for people this size is a great gift. It's a wonderful thing to be able to cook and celebrate with them. And I have a question for the three of you. What is different about Christmas Eve that is not to be found any other night of the year? What is it? Is it just the food? What is it? What's so different? What makes it so exciting? What's happening? You know, something is occurring, something's coming. There's a sense of awe on Christmas time that is just wonderful. And that's the thing that changes a normal everyday gift to a thing of great wonder. The fact that it was given in love makes it very uncommon and very, very beautiful. So I have a treasure for you. Going back to the colonial times, I have an orange for your Christmas. I know it looks pretty normal to you, but it's given to you as a gift to help you remember, one, that you're very much loved, and two, that our colonial history treasured these things. And this was a great thing to find on Christmas morning. Now, one of the great treasures you can give your children, of course, is public television. That's all there is to it. We both know that's the case. And so if you wish to give that gift, I hope you'll do it seriously and do it soon, so that we can keep cooking together, we can keep educating and delighting the people of our culture. And you're included in that, of course. What do you think? Are we ready? I'll let you taste some of these other things, too. I'm glad we could be together. I wish you a blessed holiday. Certainly light the Hanukkah candles right away and prepare for the coming of the feast in the morning. We'll have a grand time. Until I see you again, this is the Frugal Gourmet. I bid you peace. Bye-bye.